This is a game we call Combat One-on-One. Most players, when they get inside the painted area, tend to play a little rushed and out of control. We're going to try to play this game to show three things. When the great players get into the paint, they have the three Ps. They're poised, they're patient, and they have a plan. As you play this game and we explain the rules, most players, when they get close to the rim, they play a little sporadic, they make bad decisions. What we want to do is work on what's called your rim reads, which are the reads you make when you're that close to the basket.
Combat One-on-One starts like this. Offense, Ricky has the basketball. He's on the third hash. Defense, Ron, is anywhere in between the block and the second hash. And then you notice the ball will start on the defense's shoulder. Once Ricky moves the ball from Ron's shoulder, we're live one-on-one. And here's what we want. We want the driver to get shoulder to shoulder or shoulder to hip, just like this. Because in games, when people drive to the basket, there are many times where the defender is on their shoulder or on their hip, and they need to do something to either get them off their side or keep the contact until they get into the paint. And so we're trying to get shoulder to shoulder, shoulder to hip, and then make reads in the paint. The second reason we like this game so much is because it's realistic, meaning there are going to be a lot of mistakes. So you'll notice a ton of misses occur, and the miss is the teacher. So you're going against a longer, stronger defender. You're working on the decisions you need to make when you're that close to the rim. Again, this is your rim rate as a player, and the best players have the best rate of finishes in the rim. The way to get better is to just fail over and over again and evaluate and figure out why. For example, it's a great take here by Ricky, but going against a stronger, longer defender is a really good opportunity for him to use something like a rondo to make that defender jump. A rondo is a great move to have in your bag against stronger, more athletic defenders. Basically sit in a stance, show the basketball, you see the rim, and you make them jump, creating a wide open layup for yourself. And you develop this move just by reps in the paint. So here's how you improve your reads near the rim. Basically, one, this is trying to signify the end of your drive. So at the end of your drive with that dribble, do everything you can to hit the defender combatively, trying to get them inside that charged circle. The deeper you can pin them in the circle, the more of an advantage you have. Again, it's not about being bigger or stronger, it's about hitting first towards the end of your drive. A good way to do that is to always get your head lower than the person who's guarding you. So here on this rib, notice the offense's head not only is lower, but they're in a much more advantageous place to dish out contact and receive contact. Here's a great example of that. So watch Jacob here. As soon as he moves the ball from Cole's shoulder, look at his posture and his positioning. Great finishers have great posture. We call it a sprinter's stance. So if you imagine Jacob's driving right now, this is a great stance. His head is at his defender's shoulder. So he's in a great position to not only hit that person like he does right here, but then to keep them shielded so he can create an avenue to the rim. The next rim read is if the defense is getting aggressive and trying to take the ball from you. Really good time to use a spin move like this, where there isn't a lot of space. You dribble, drop, and close the gap, or you can use some sort of pro hop in tight spaces to manipulate the ball away from the hands. So again, if the defense is being aggressive and trying to either cut you off or get a steal, that's a great time to use this spin move, or you can use some sort of pro hop to change directions. If on your rip you get by your defender, it's a great time to use what we call a duck under finish, which is where you finish with the inside hand on the opposite side of the rim. Simply, this just allows you to extend away because they're one step behind you and you have an open path to the rim. My favorite read is using some sort of shot fake near the rim. PGC would call it an air 'em or air them to get them to leave their feet. This is a move that's used a ton at the college and pro level by guards, but for some reason isn't used a lot at the high school level. But just to punctuate your drive by using a shot fake at the end is a great way to get any shot blocker out of the way. So that's Combat One-on-One, a great near the basket game to work on your decisions near the rim and your choices to get more buckets. Play one-on-one until one player scores 5. Everything's worth 1 point.